series where we are going to discuss about the opportunities under this MSME. For the today's session, we have with us C. Ashok Mangalji, past chairman CIRC. He is from Bhilwara. We have the speakers CA Vikesh Agarwalji from Mumbai, CA Sushil Goyalji from Mumbai. Both of them are originally from Rajasthan only. And I'm sorry for the interruption. And we have the moderator of the today's session, CA Purnima Jain. Again, she's from Jodhpur. I believe there is some technical issue, therefore she is unable to join in between. So friends, as you all know, we have Purnima ji is also joining. As you all know, we have started this series on 23rd of June. 23rd June was the first day when we started this WOW series. And the motive of starting this WOW series was where we can guide our all the members, women members who are not in a position to devote full time for the profession. They would be in a position to devote at least 3 to 4 hours in a day, and then they may feel connected with the profession. So considering that, considering this particular issue, our chairman has decided, and we started this series, WOW series, where we are trying to take up all the subjects. We are trying to take up all the issues where they would be in a better position to perform in future. So friends, for starting this today's session, as we are going to discuss on MSME and opportunities also for the women members. So for starting this today's deliberation, before starting the session, I request C. Ashok Mangalji, who is here from Bhilwara, for his welcome address. Ashok Mangalji is a past chairman of CIRC, and he is a very learned personality. So I request C. Ashok Mangalji for his welcome address. Ashok Mangal, sir. Yes, sir. Sir. Good evening, sir. Please, sir.
नमस्ते सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और wish you a good year ahead. And I welcome you all participants and the team in this conference. And really, I appreciate for giving me the opportunity and for recognizing. I think it is my pleasure. And I wish all the success to this seminar. And I congratulate you all for being here and giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words of wisdom, sir. Now I request C. Purnima Jain to start to moderate the session. So over to C. Purnima Jain. Before starting, I would like to introduce C. Purnima Jain. She is a chartered accountant and a company secretary. And the best part, which I came to know today, the another talent of C. Purnima Jain, that she is a comparer in the radio stations. She is associated with All India Radio, and she is a comparer there. That is really a very a different kind of initiative and a talent which is there in a chartered accountant and a CS. So I welcome CA Purnima Jain on behalf of the CIRC. So over to CA Purnima Jain for further proceedings. Kindly unmute yourself, Purnima ji.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. A very good evening to all of you, and a welcome to Women on Wednesday series, WOW series, organized by Central India Regional Council of ICAI. We are fortunate to be joined by a group of eminent speakers and guests, and our eminent speakers shall articulate their views on MSME empowerment by women members and opportunities for work from home model. Our first session is on MSME empowerment by women members, and MSME produces and manufactures a wide variety of products for domestic as well as international market. MSME is engaged in the production, manufacturing, processing, and preservation of goods and commodities. Our MSME sector is considered as the backbone of Indian economy. That it contributes substantially in the socio-economic development of the nation. It integrates employment opportunities. It generates employment opportunities and works in development of backward and rural areas. In the recent amendment, even the traders, which were not included before, has been included in the ambit of the MSME. And even traders can avail the benefits of MSME. For the development of MSME for the development of economy, MSME plays a very important role. So as a chartered accountant, we also play a major role in the development and promotion of MSME sector. Our today's speaker, CA Vikesh Agarwal sir, has a lot of experience in the field of MSME sector. His experience span a wide spectrum of business such as manufacturing, retail, startup, infrastructure, even including Indian companies, even listed, unlisted. He has expert knowledge in taking MSME into cost-effective model and availing various government Indian schemes too. So we hand over to our first speaker, CA Vikesh sir.
Thank you very much, Purnima ji, for the kind introduction, and thank you everybody. Thank you, Ashok ji, for coming as a chief guest here, and thank you, Atul ji, and I really thank Nilesh ji also for giving this opportunity to speak with the on the WOW series. And I'm not going to waste much of your time in discussing generic thing. Let me go back, go to the main agenda. So my discussions are into two parts. First part, I'm going to talk about the MSMEs, and the second part, why MSME is a huge space where CAs can fill the huge gap. So let me just start with the small presentation which is there. Purnima ji, is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it is visible, Vikesh ji.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so I welcome all the women chartered accountants, and I will try and finish the MSME support services part faster and want to discuss more on the opportunity which is there for the women chartered accountants, who can work from home and deliver a lot of these services to the MSMEs, by not working full time, maybe, giving some time from their home. So let me just start basics about what is an MSME. I mean, most of you guys may know, but I'll still repeat this at the cost of, I'll take just 5 minutes to just repeat. So micro, small and medium enterprises are three categories which government has defined for identifying the size of the entity, and accordingly, all the benefits of MSMEs are carved. So, MSME stands for micro, small, and medium, and there is a definition to what is micro, what is small, and medium. And as Purnima said, yes, MSMEs are backbone of the country. There are, I mean, this is very old data, 2-year-old data, but there is no new data available. But there are around approximately 11 to 12 crores of jobs created in the country by the MSMEs, which is almost like 10 to 15% of the overall population of the country. And there are 30 million units manufacturing more than 6,000 products and contributing 45% to the manufacturing output and 40% of the export. I mean, these are very, very small number which depicts the size and the importance of the sector to the country. And hence, this throws a huge opportunity for people like us. Now, these are again some statistics on what is the kind of volume or velocity of the MSMEs is. So there are around 75 lakhs Udyog registration. Now we have moved to Udyam. Udyam has not got the traction as of now, but approximately 35 lakhs registration has been done. Our estimate is that there are around 10 crore MSMEs as per the new MSME definition waiting for the registration. There is a very good collateral-free loan scheme which is called CGTMSE. In the last year, which is FY20, I'm not even talking about 21. 20, there were around 8.5 lakh loans with the credit guarantee of 45,000 crore were approved. So, I mean, we can see that, kind of contribution we as a chartered accountant can make. I mean, this is only through the banks. If we really add some value to the MSMEs, we can really enable these MSME to avail all of these services. One of the component of the MSME ministry is a COIR board. COIR board also issues a lot of guidelines into textile and this leather industry, then CPSU are mandated to procure, materials, 25% of their purchases from the MSAs. So what I'm trying to say is net, there is a huge benefit to the MSME by the government, and hence, it is really our duty also to avail or to enable them to get all this benefit and upscale their business. Now, how an MSME know that whether they are MSME or not? So this is the criteria: what is micro, what is small, and what is medium. I will not get into this definition because I'm sure you guys will know this definition. I will just touch upon the recent amendment which has come, where now traders has been included. But I would like to clarify here that traders has been included only to the extent that bank can avail the benefit of PSL. No other benefit has still been given to the traders. So all the MSME schemes which are there, those are really not available to traders. Only a bank can classify trader as PSL, priority sector loan. Otherwise, there is no other benefit which is given as per the recent amendment. Now, this is just a criteria. How do you compute the investment in plant and machinery and turnover, which are the key criteria to decide the category of the institution, whether it is micro, small, or medium. And why it is important to decide the category? Because the benefits are given, the benefits which are available under various schemes are higher for micro units, and it keeps on reducing as you go to the medium because you become a larger institution. So these are some of the criteria. How will you calculate? So now under the new regime, the investment in plant and machinery or the turnover, it is all as per the ITRs. And since the technology has advanced, government now directly fetches the data from the ministry itself. So once you give, for registration, you just need PAN and GST, and your turnover and all your investment into plant and machinery, all data get directly fetched through APIs from the government portals. Now, this is the definition of plant and machinery. As I said, it is linked to the ITR. This is how do you compute the turnover? So export turnover is reduced to anything which is exported is not counted for the purpose of calculation of the turnover. And government has also come out with extension for for identifying an entity as MSME, you need to avail the Udyam registration certificate from the MSME online portal. The last date for getting the Udyam registration was 31st of March 2021. And because of COVID or because of low traction into the portal, government has enhanced or extended that deadline from 31st March 2021 to 31st December 2021. And these are some of the criteria as to if your turnover increases or your size increases, how will you treat an MSME from the category upgrade or downgrade perspective. Then as we discussed that how do you register yourself as an MSME, because to avail any benefit of being an MSME, you need to register or identify yourself on the MSME ministry as MSME. There is a Udyam portal which is live and which is very, very user friendly. Still, MSMEs are really finding it very, very difficult to get the Udyam registration certificate. So this itself is an opportunity. I'm not saying you will earn a good amount using this opportunity, but it's a good opportunity to serve the MSMEs. And Udyam registration is really, really very fast and very easy. So it's free of cost. The certificate is issued instantaneously. You get the certificate number immediately, and the certificate is issued on email in a week's time. And this certificate has no renewal. One time the certificate is issued, and this is valid for the lifetime. The category upgrade or downgrade, as I said, it is decided basis the auto data which come from the GST and ITRs. So if your category is upgraded, it automatically goes into the government database. And in future, what will happen is all the banks or this nodal agencies who provide the MSME scheme benefits, they will have linkages with the government this database. And once they input the Udyam registration number, they will get to know whether the entity is micro, small, or medium. So the certificate might mention the entity is micro, but because of increase in turnover or plant and machinery, the category might change also on an annual basis. This is the mandate which we just spoke, that all the entities, existing entities which were on the earlier regime, which was EM Part 2 or Udyam Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum, those guys have to move from the erstwhile regime to the new Udyam registration regime. The last date, as I said earlier, was 31st March, which is now extended to 31st December. So lenders also, for for them to identify a loan as priority sector loan, they need to get the Udyam registration certificate from the entity. Hence, from the banking perspective also, it is very, very important. Now, how does an MSME tag benefits me, or I mean MSME entity? So the benefit is, there is a protection against delayed payment under MSMED Act. We all know, we would have mentioned this into our audit reports. There are reservation policies to the manufacturing and production sector, which are very specific to MSMEs. There are a few schemes which provides collateral-free loan to micro and small units, depending on their eligibility. I'm going to discuss these things in detail, so I'm just giving brief of what is the benefit or kind of benefits which are available to MSME, and all of this context we are discussing, just to understand that there is a huge opportunity into MSME sector, because a lot of these things MSMEs really don't know, and they need hand-holding. So that is the reason, we should educate, and we can really make good fees also by providing these services. So collateral-free loans then is easy in getting licenses and approvals and registrations. Then priority sector lending, so banks get benefit of. So every bank is required to create 40% of their balance sheet as priority sector loan. And one of the main component of the PSL portfolio is MSME. So they anyways need to lend to MSME by default. So MSME, the benefit is that they get the loan because banks get the benefit of PSL categorization. Then exemption under direct tax laws, there are exemptions available under direct tax laws. Preference in procuring by the government. So government has to mandatorily procure 25% of the total purchases from micro and small enterprises. This is big relief to the MSME units, and many of the MSME units don't even know that where to register and how they can project their output or their commodity on which portal, how they get access to these PSUs. So this itself is a good opportunity. Then subsidy for the patent registration. So these are only just examples of few benefits which are available to the MSME, and which we can help MSME units to for them to enable or to get this benefits. Now, what are the support platforms to guide the MSME? Now, we have discussed a few things, that there are benefits available, there are schemes, government is doing a lot, but how to get the information? It is MSME, it is really difficult, but how to get this information? So there are many such platforms which government has already provided, and we can get the ample amount of information there. So these are some of the list of platforms. I have only listed a few very important platforms. Udyam registration, we just discussed, it is for registering any entity as MSME. The second is government e-marketplace, which is called JAM. JAM is a online marketplace, as we discussed in the last slide. If PSUs has to procure 25% of their total purchases from this platform. So if let's say there is a supplier of AC, he can really go and register himself on this platform, and he gets to see the tenders which are issued by the PSUs, and he can really get his tender or get his bid selected by the PSUs, and he can supply to the PSUs. Trades is again is a great platform for discounting of invoices. MSMEs can register on the platform, and they can access the working capital at a very cheaper cost. They can list their invoices into the platform. Majority of the banks are there on these three platforms. In India, there are three platforms: RXIL, InvoiceSmart, and M1 Exchange. These are authorized by the government. These are like Bombay Stock Exchange. So these are exchange for dealing in trade receivables for the MSMEs. So MSMEs can discount their invoices and get money at on the day they issue the invoice. So this is also a great platform. We can really become enablers to the MSME to register and help them get their working capital problem solved. Then MSME Sampark is again a great platform for the MSME job seekers. This platform called Champions. This is the platform which is launched 2 years back. This is again a great platform to see anything and everything related to MSMEs at one place. And there are very helpful numbers given on the platform where we can directly call and access the information or get the information. MSME Samadhan is the portal where you can list your delayed payments, and that portal helps you recover the money especially from the government departments. MSME Sambandh is again a great platform. MSME Data Bank provides you all the numbers as to in the scheme related numbers, public procurement related numbers. MSME Dashboard again is a platform which provides you all the numbers. So these are some of the platforms which are available, and I really request all the women who are participating here to really go and spend some time on this platform. You will get good amount of information, and I am sure you will be able to identify a lot of opportunities on each of this platform, which you can really create your own list of services which you can provide to the MSMEs. I'm not getting into this thing, but this was, how the MSME traction was started by Prime Minister in November 2018 when he created, a structure, and he said that MSMEs need support into these five key, key verticals or key sectors or areas. They need access to credit. They need access to market. Market, it means where they will sell their product. Then they need technology upgradation to compete with the MNCs or large units. Then it is very difficult for them to get the registrations or deal with all the bureaucracy. So there is some ease of doing business is required in terms of regulatory framework. Then social security for MSME sector employees. So this was the theme which was created by Prime Minister as to all these schemes or benefits or anything and everything which has to come across these 5 pillars. So we tried to create a life cycle of an MSME, and we tried to map the schemes which are available, and we were really happy to see that government has really created a great structure, and they have created schemes or kind of enabling platforms across the life cycle of an MSME. So I'll just get briefly into the life cycle of an MSME. So incubation, when MSME incubate an idea to start the business. So at the incubation stage, there are I've just listed a sample list of schemes to give you an idea that at each stage of the life cycle, there are schemes available. So at incubation stage, you have PMEGP, which is Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, which is for the new businesses. Then Startup India is a great scheme, all of you would know. Stand Up India is a great scheme, and there are special benefits available to ST and women entrepreneurs. Then MSME Cluster Development Program. So these are all for the incubation of the business idea. Then comes the second stage. You have an idea, you have a great business structure available with you. Now you want to really create a brand, and you want to create a quality so that you can compete with the established industries. So there are multiple benefits or schemes available under this pillar also, which is creating the brand and quality enhancement. So there is, reimbursement to ISO standards. There are schemes, on the enabling manufacturing sector to competitive through QMS and QTT. There's lean manufacturing program. There is Choir Vikas Yojana, which is, for creation of a brand and quality enhancement. Then comes, third stage of the life of an MSME, which is support to provide a competitive marketplace. Now I have incubated a business, I have created a brand, and I have created a quality, which is comparable with the established industry or an MSM or an MNC. Now what I need a platform where I can take this product and, showcase this product to the large market. So there are schemes, which are, for exhibitions, for, categorizing into a particular brand. There are skill upgradation related schemes. So this is the life cycle. Moving to the next stage of the life cycle, now they have created a brand. They have, created a product. They have created a marketable product. Now what they need is a technology support, to make them competitive. They also need the equally compatible technology. So there are schemes which, provide benefit for upgrading the technology to the MSME. So there is a scheme called Credit Link Subsidy for technology upgradation. There are marketing assistance and technology upgradation schemes. So all of these are name of the actual schemes which are available to the MSMEs. The next stage comes is, now I have got the good technology, market, brand, product, everything is there. But now I want to scale up and, do a production at a large scale and move from, small unit to micro to small and small to a medium enterprise. And then, come out of this. Why MSME is needed? MSME is needed to make you large, right? So once you move out of this, structure, I mean, you have been micro, then you became small, and then you became medium. Now you should exit and go to an MNC kind of platform, and there you don't need any support. But till the time you are there in the medium, you need support to scale up your business. So these are scale up related, platform. Trades is, of course, it helps to monetize your invoices at an early stage. So it's a working capital, a support platform. Then there are SIDBI, has many such schemes which helps you scale up your business, like Speed, Aspire, Smile, Speed Plus. These are all the schemes. Now, okay, I mean, everything is done. I have scaled up the business. Now comes some, stress or special situations like COVID. COVID has been, a very special situation. So government has created schemes for, such special situation or stress times also. So like ECLGS, or ECLGS is basically an emergency credit guarantee scheme, where an MSME can go and avail, loan which is guaranteed by the government up to 20% of their existing loan. I mean, this is a great opportunity for us to help MSMEs to avail loan under this scheme. Wherever MSMEs are really facing the stress, we can really become a bridge between MSME and the bank by helping on the ECLGS part. There is a scheme on the subordinate debt. There is a scheme on the assistance to facilitate emergency response against coronavirus. This was a very specific scheme launched through nodal agency SIDBI. Then there is a Safe Plus, STFS. I'm not getting into this scheme because these schemes are slightly larger. I mean, each scheme requires long time to discuss and deliberate. But this is a very, very large opportunity for women chartered accountants like you. You can really excel into few of this scheme, which are very common and which are very useful for your local area. And we can really help you identify what is that you should study and you should excel, and you can really help your local MSMEs to avail those schemes. So this is one large opportunities, low hanging, and can be handled locally. You don't really need an office, or you really don't need large infrastructure to support here. So this is one thing. Then I'm not trying to read this schemes in detail, but there's a scheme on restructuring of the existing loans. So government has come out with schemes or restructuring schemes to support the MSMEs. So, wherever you find that there is an MSME which needs help in, in designing the restructuring plan and taking the restructuring proposal to the bank and helping them restructure their loan because they are facing, temporary difficulties in repaying the loan. PMEGP, we just spoke. I mean, these are all schemes. CGTMSE is a great scheme, where you can avail a loan which is guaranteed by the government trust, and bank gives this loan against CGTMSE guarantee, and bank charges 1.5% fees, which is in turn paid to the CGTMSE department for issuing the guarantee. But of course, see, it is not. I mean, when I say collateral-free loan, doesn't mean that you can give collateral-free loan to any MSME. There has to be a viable business. There has to be a good product. There has to be, I mean, all the things should be there. It is not that everybody and anybody can get the loan. Then there is a 2% interest subvention scheme, which is there. Subordinate debt scheme, fund of funds schemes. These are some of the key schemes which are, very useful in the current time. I'm not getting into the restructuring this scheme as of now. I'm just skipping, this scheme, because the idea is to, as of now, tell you guys that there is a huge opportunity in the MSME space, which can be locally handled, and you don't need a permanent setup of the office. So, when we were speaking to Nilesh ji was saying that, oh, this is very apt to the women chartered accountants, and we said yes, this is really, women chartered accountants can really, it works both way. I mean, you really help in terms of financial inclusion of the MSMEs, as well as you try and showcase yourself, update yourself into the current happenings. You come again into the profession. So I mean, these are a few of the advantages which are there, and this is not very not very complex to say. You can excel into few schemes, and you can practice into few schemes. CGTMSE 2% interest subvention scheme, 20,000 crore subordinate debt schemes, fund of funds scheme. Now I'm coming to the to the second part of the discussion, which is how we can enable you guys, how you can work digitally on this platform, how we can help you. I mean, how we can create a a win-win a structure where you guys also get to learn. You don't have to spend too much of time, and still you can work from home. You can deliver services to the MSME clients. So that's it from my side. I'll hand it over to Sushil Goyal ji to take the next part. Sushil ji, over to you.
Thank you, Mukesh. So, good afternoon.
I will interrupt in between, sir. I request Purnimaji to kindly give a brief about the second session of Sushil ji. I'm sorry, Sushil ji. आपके सेशन से पहले थोड़ा सा आपके बारे में Purnimaji brief कर दें. Over to Purnimaji.
Sure, sir. Our second session is an opportunity for work from home model. Working from home is a challenge for women, but if we have an enthusiasm of doing something, we want to achieve something, then nothing can stop us. We just need to manage our routine and our day-to-day work in such a way that our family and our profession both don't suffer. जरूरत है तो सिर्फ कोशिश करते रहने की. और मुझे हरिवंश राय बच्चन साहब की कुछ लाइनें याद आ गई जो मुझे बहुत इंस्पायर करती है, मुझे बहुत मोटिवेट करती है. लहरों से डर के नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. So our second session will be taken by CA Sushil Goyal sir, who have more than 16 years of experience in Indian taxation, advisory and regulatory matters, having diverse knowledge and proficiency in the field of audit, taxation and consultancy services. The area of specialization includes litigation support service associated in the area of compliance, regulatory matters, and we are very fortunate to have our second session by CA Sushil Goyal sir. So I hand over to Sushil sir.
Thank you, Purnima. Thank you, Atul ji. So now we are on the virtue of the enabling women chartered accountants. So our, as Vikesh described, that our Ajwa business fintech is into the services for.
Sushilji, your voice is, there is a echo in your voice.
Sushilji, your voice is echoing. Maybe Sushilji, can you just fix this? Maybe I'll take 2 minutes. Till the time Sushilji is fixing this. So Sushilji was trying to say that we have created a fintech platform called Ajwa Fintech. So the platform is a mix of digital and physical. We have created digital infrastructure where we are coming up with few enabling platform. Like one of the platform we are coming up with is called MSME Sarthi. So that platform it is very intuitive platform. You can really input the credentials of your MSME, and you can then you can let's say you input the Udyam registration number of your client MSME, or maybe you will input the industry and other parameters of the MSME. Then the database will automatically tell you that how many schemes are made for that MSME pan India. So you can really get the list of schemes which are meant for that particular MSME, and then you can read those schemes and advise your client as to what is the exact list of scheme which is made for that MSME. Then we are also coming about to other platforms. What I'm trying to say is that we will provide you a digital platform to upgrade your knowledge. We will also provide you training by the experts who already know how to avail these schemes or what to be done on those schemes, and you will get the leads for providing these services also from our platform. So there is an opportunity, you need to equip yourself through direct domain training by the expert. You can use digital media for training, support, and execution of services. I mean, most of the services can be provided digitally on the phone. There may be few instances where you get to access the client, which is, into your local vicinity. Mostly it will be work from home. Exceptionally, you might have to attend the clients. The earnings is fixed and variable both. I mean, there will be a fixed component and whatever fee will be there. I mean, it is transparent. Whatever fee you get, we are not going to retain any major portion of that fees. So, Sushilji,
is it okay now? Echoing? Okay, now we will provide in this term that training. Our team will impart training on MSME related areas as follows: like MSME schemes, MSME regulatory compliances, accounting and taxation related guidance, and company law related compliance, which are every CA chartered accountant means used to of these services and can provide anywhere without having any officer or structure, and helping to MSMEs. Then access will be provided to internal digital learning database for service delivery. Means if anything is required, we will provide you all the database and the services like digital part and and online materials which can serve to the clients or MSME. Now, how to execute these services? The MSME consulting assignment will be allocated based on their location and preferences. Whatever like the location of the participants, we will provide the services on that location only. In that case, MSME schemes, MSME regulatory compliances, same accounting and taxation, and company law related compliances. So everybody can provide these types of services on their home or their locations. And now the service delivery shall happen directly to the customer, as in the service will be provided by us only by through the participants. if they join our portals, and we will provide all the service supplies and services will be provided by the participants at their location only. And now the status updates would be the posted on the internal CRM of the company. Our company will provide CRM to all the participants. On that basis, they can post all their services and their status, and based on that, the delivery can happen. Now, invoice will be raised by the company once the service is delivered and confirmation received. Once you confirm the service on our internal CRM, we will raise invoices to the customers. Now, what type of work you should require to complete? Basically, in the starting of the services, preparation of SOPs of each area of work, possible circumstances that we may face in our day-to-day working, such as passing various types of entries in Tally. Everybody knows Tally, na? So based on that, various types of accounting work we will get, and we will provide the online server for the Tally entries. So you have to pass the entries on the customer to customer basis, and then maintaining their data like ledger creations, entries in RCM and in Tally, or for GST returns can be filed directly. We can provide the system for GST returns and their invoices also. So they can provide the GST return structure on the platform itself. Now, again, that there are so many things about credit related claims. So we have to provide the customers how to claim the ITC. Then what to do when there are so many variances in 26 like income tax TDS deducted by the customer. So actual deduction and as per TDS, there will be a reconciliation. So we will provide a system to guide them to how to reconcile and claim the balance TDS, which is showing in the 26S. Then how to determine whether new schemes and old schemes benefit. There are various schemes in income tax also, GST also, which we are not availing. So we will provide the system to the MSME to get their schemes, new schemes or new sections which are coming for beneficial to them. Then comes inputs on developing tech platform suitable for clients. Same inputs, various types of inputs are coming. So we will provide them in our tech platform to take the benefits. We are preparing various FAQs for the purpose of chatbot. So you people can provide that FAQs to create chatbots also. There are various MSME schemes and calculators which we will provide to the systems. So you can handle that schemes and calculator and provide to the customers. In we are preparing around 250 to 300 calculators. So we will provide you the guidance how to prepare calculators on Excel based or system or technology based. So we will guide you on that also. Then comes various types of webinars, training for MSME clients. So based on you know nowadays YouTube is very famous. So we will give you a script or something. So on that basis, you can create your own YouTube for webinars or training. So that can be helpful for the MSME clients. Now comes to Vikeshji.
I think your voice is echoing, Sushilji. So let me take the last part. I mean, you can, so as Sushilji explained that, this is the opportunity where we will be providing all the technology platform. You will get the direct lead and you need to just, support the MSME with that platform, with that requirement. So you will be onboarded as advisor or consultants to us, and you will have, you have to have some exclusivity signed with us. I mean, it cannot happen that we give you access to all the platforms and you leave after that. So we will have to have some fixed period of exclusivity of working, with us as advisor or consultant. We will sign an NDA because we will be sharing the access to the tech platform. There will be a non-compete agreement. We will have a fixed fee per month, which will be paid as an honorarium or consulting fees or an advisory fees to you guys, and there will be a variable success-based fee sharing for all the engagements and training. So this is the broad economics, and it all, because see, for us also this is a startup, and it all depends on the success of the startup. So it is if we benefit by this thing, of course you guys will benefit on the same. So this is it from our side. We have kind of created a Google form which has a few of the questions from our side. I would really urge and request you guys to fill this form for us to enable us. If you really find this convincing and interesting to work, then of course you should fill this form. And I and Sushil ji will be privileged to answer any questions from your side related to this. I'm just with Atulji's permission, can I just post this link into chat box, Atulji?
Yes, sir, absolutely. You can post this link on the chat box, sir. Now, if you allow me, then on behalf of the audience, I would like to ask a few questions before handing it over to the Purnima ji.
Yes, sir.
So just 2 minutes. I'll just take 2 more minutes. I've just pasted the form there. And, this is it from our side. We are based at Mumbai. And, we have a team of around 300 people working with us. This is the profile of team. I don't want to go into details. All of us are, chartered accountants. And, this is the basic about us. It has our number also in case you want to speak to us on, any of the thing we have discussed about the MSME. Even if we don't work together, we are really happy to, share our knowledge on the MSME side. So it will be our privilege to enable you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So Vikesh, as you explained so many things about the company and the working of the company, first of all, I need to understand, because the process which you have explained, and you have explained like how to get registered with your company and how to get the work done. So first and foremost thing, which is a common question from all members, like what is the difference, like, because the same situation is there nowadays. Lots of e-commerce platforms are there, and these e-commerce platforms are also asking you to get registered on this particular on their particular site, and then after that they said that okay, if you do the business, then you will get this thing. Here you were talking about there is a some honorarium which is fixed. So I need to understand, how can I differentiate my platform with the platform of other e-commerce platforms, or with the companies like who are into the insurance, the companies which are there into the multi-level marketing. Definitely we are working for the MSME sector. But again, while we are working for the MSME sector, then are we going to work as an advisor to the client, or are we going to work for your company? Like, what is the difference? Like that, again, that is the first question which I will need to understand.
Okay, sir. So Atulji, let me just answer it piece by piece. One key, so we are not e-commerce platform. So we are, pure consulting company. And our motive here, I mean, to be very frank, Atulji, we are really burning the cash in the beginning. And the only reason of that is one of the agenda we are starting is that so what we realize, there is a huge gap between what MSME is and what bank is. The bank wants to lend to MSMEs, but they're finding it very, very difficult to lend. It is not that they don't want to lend. They have huge benefit of lending to MSME. As we discussed, there's a PSL benefit. There are a lot of benefits for bank to lend to the MSMEs. So willingness is never an issue for bank to lend to the MSME. Similarly, MSMEs has a huge credit demand, but they are really finding it very, very difficult to go to bank and borrow the money. And the problem which is there between the bank and the MSME is only one, which is unstructuredness of all these MSMEs. They are not very really structured in terms of their accounting, in terms of their registration, in terms of their compliances. All of these things are not there. So what we realized that this is a great opportunity, because we come from the banking background. I have worked with Edelweiss for 7 years. 7 years as their chief operating officer into their lending business. Then 2 years with a startup NBFC. 6-7 years with the Big Fours. So I mean, during my course of banking experience of 10 to 12 years, I realized that there is a real need of an intermediary who helps marry the MSMEs to the bank. And let me just put it some more points why we are different from e-commerce platform. See, we are not trying to sell anything on the platform, right? So the kind of fees we are billing to the MSME for creating the diagnostic report is as minimal as 99 rupees. And the token fees we are taking because I don't want anybody and everybody to come on the platform and just play around the platform. I want the genuine MSMEs to come and avail the benefits. So we are really not, like a normal e-commerce platform. It is created by all the chartered accountants. There are around 11 chartered accountants who are working on this platform. So I really respect the code of ethics, which is designed by ICAI, and we are all trying to do an ethical business here, not really trying to create any multi-marketing company or anything like that.
So I could understand that the members who will connect with you, they will be a part of your team, and they would be supporting first of all, they would be supporting the industries to understand their model, to understand what all problems are there, and then you would be in a position to find out a kind of preliminary report. Okay, these problems are there, and then you would be in a position to give a kind of solution to them, so that they may come out from these problems, and then after that they can approach the bank to avail the benefits. This is what the module I could understand from you, right? And let's say if you have 50 members are connecting with you, then what will be their role? Like they need to do some research kind of work on these MSMEs, or like what? They need to diagnose the problems, they need to give the solutions, like what will be their role as a part of your team?
So, sir, depending on the interest of these chartered accountants, we will first provide a training as to what kind of, like, let's say GST. So GST, the requirement of MSME is completely different from what large industries or banks or the other industries. So we will kind of do a customized training sessions which are relevant for MSMEs only. I mean, what kind of services MSMEs need. Similarly, we will have team of people who will be providing detailed training on the MSME schemes, on various kind of MSME registrations, how to register an MSME on the Trade platform, how to register an MSME on the James platform. We are also creating some of the ready to use case studies, in the sense, let's say there is a startup business and they have reached to a certain stage. Now they want to convert, because they want to scale up, they want to convert their entity from a traditional proprietary structure to, let's say, a corporate structure. Then how they should be doing it so that they can get the maximum benefit. So we will have, industry wise, such kind of ready-made, consulting papers, which can be given free of cost to the MSMEs. I mean, whatever client they work with, they can give those reports as free of cost. And when they really want that, okay, now this structure looks good because this case study really is up to my business, and I want to really go into that structure. So I want to create the company, I want to get all this registration done. Then comes my role, or then comes that advisor's role. Okay, then if you really want, I can do this. This is the fees. You can go and check on the website of Ajwa. This is the fees, or you can compare on the competition website also, wherever you find it convenient. So I'm not saying you come with me only. I just told you that this is the right path for you. So therefore, I say there is an inclusion agenda, which is the free part, where you really advise them what is the good thing for you, which are all the registers, like Udyam registration. I'm not going to charge anything for the Udyam registration. People are charging 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees for just Udyam registration. I'm not going to charge. So these are kind of enabling services I will provide to the MSME, so that at least they become part of the MSME ecosystem first. Once they become the part of the MSME ecosystem, then comes the story that whether they can avail the schemes which are meant for them or not. So that is where I will try and make money if possible, and to whatever extent it can be. And as you said, what will be the concept, how these people will associate with us? that we have really not thought of thoroughly, but they will come as an advisor to us. So we will say that these are the affiliation or advisor to us, local advisor. And they will get, so most of the things will be handled centrally by us. But wherever some MSMEs say that we need a local person. We want to talk to them, or we want to have conversation of 3-4 rounds. We want to share a few documents so that they can see, analyze, and tell us whether we are going in a right path or not. That is where we will take help of these people.
So is it going to be a one-way communication, sir, or it will be a two-way communication? Meaning thereby, let's say if you have a client from Jodhpur and Purnimaji is a member of your team, then you are referring Purnimaji because the client is from Jodhpur. Now let's say Purnimaji has come up with one client, right? And that client is also looking for advice regarding this MSME and all. So one way is Purnimaji is advising the client without any problem. Second is Purnimaji is referring to you. Then again, what shall be the role of the Purnimaji? Is she going to get something as a referral partner or something like that?
Of course, sir. So see, Purnimaji is an independent CA. She can, okay. I mean, if she doesn't want to refer, she can independently, go and provide the services and bill from her firm or any other firm, local CA firm. So which is absolutely fine with us. We are only, we from our side are going to provide the leads, because people will come on our platform. So lead will come from us. So wherever we find that there is a client into Purnimaji's vicinity, we will refer it to Purnimaji. And wherever Purnimaji feels, appropriate, because she feels that, I want to use the Ajwa platform to, explore onto this client, there she can refer the deal to us also.
Okay. So what exactly the structure you have designed, like sharing of fee? Let's say if you have given some lead to Purnimaji, because I recollected certain thing from Dubai office, because I have an office in Dubai also. So in Dubai, yes, there is a system where leads are being generated. There are certain companies who are working only for lead generation, and for each and every lead, they charge something, right? Irrespective of the maturity of lead. Here you are talking about, what I could understand here, you are talking about you would be sending matured leads to Purnimaji. Now it's all upon Purnimaji whether she is able to convince the client or not. If she is able to convince the client, then that lead shall be with Purnimaji, and if she is not able to convince the client, then that lead may go to some other person. So in that case, what shall be the model of sharing of fee with you and Purnimaji?
Sir, I would just try to, rename it. I would not call it as lead, because, we call it as support, MSME support. And we really treat like a support only. We don't, if you really see few of our clients, we have not built few of our clients for last 3 months. We have really registered them free of cost. We are handholding them for last 3 months, and we have not built them, because as I said, truly our motto is first to bring them into a structured platform. Because if they really come into structured platform, then for me there is a huge opportunity anyways. Because if it has been registered as a corporate entity, then of course I have a huge opportunity for the compliance related area, taxation, GST, everything. For me, first bring him into a structured platform from unstructured unstructured way of doing the business. Because unless he becomes structured, he will not be a bankable entity. For me, it is very important to make him bankable, or to make him existing into the system. As of now, most of the micro units or small units, they don't even register anywhere. They are not existing for the government. So that is what I said, that for the registered database of the government, there are around 6 crore MSMEs. But there are double of this number as per the survey done by a lot of research agencies. More than double. There are around 12 crore MSMEs in India. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't call this as lead. So whatever opportunity or inquiry comes to us, if it is a general inquiry that I just need to do a Udyam registration, then my team centrally can handle that. I don't need to really pass on to the local CA network. So I will do it centrally. But if, as I said, if something which requires a two-way communication with the client or the MSME, in that case, rather than we handling, because what we realize is that it creates an impact when a local person talks to micro unit, because the kind of accent when we talk, the local language, all of these things impact to MSME. MSME, the other problem is they're very skeptical with the chartered accountants or consultants like us. They think, oh, पता नहीं कितने पैसे लेके चला जाएगा मेरे से, पता नहीं क्या ले लेगा मेरा, या मुझे किस प्रॉब्लम में फंसा देगा. So one of the important thing is to remove that fear. कि skeptical मत हो. What we are doing is we are not going to to take you to the Mars and drop you from the Mars to the Earth. This is not we are going to do. So the idea is first to explain them the pros and the cons of moving from this to this. Let's say, so most of the MSMEs are not even registering on the Udyam. They are skeptical. They say that मेरा पूरा GST का डेटा चला जाएगा, फिर वो मिनिस्ट्री को पता चल जाएगा मेरे कौन से सप्लायर्स है, मेरे कौन से बायर्स है. So I mean, ministry anyways knows. I mean, it is just to educate them that what is the kind of benefit they are losing by not registering themselves into Udyam registration. So it is more guiding them and bringing them into the platform, and we will need local channel help to deliver those kind of comfort, or let's say the registration is required. So if let's say somebody is saying that I won't share my Aadhaar number with anybody on the phone, because for Udyam registration you need Aadhaar OTP. So in that case, he may be Jodhpur based person, and he says that if I am happy to visit somebody who is locally there. So there, I will tell that guy to either visit Purnima ji, or maybe Purnima ji can visit him, and generate his Udyam registration number there itself, and he's comfortable because when he's sitting in front of Purnima ji, he can share the OTP.
Sir, there are two types of, like if we talk about MSME. So first is MSME schemes promoted by the central government, right? Another is MSME schemes sponsored and supported by the state government, right? So as of now, like we are talking about what all MSME schemes are there promoted by, sponsored by central government. How about state-wise MSME schemes and support?
So those are also going to come, sir. So in the first phase, we are going live with 188 schemes, which are central schemes. And we have already curated a list of 300 other state level schemes. So those will go live in, let's say, next 2 or 3 months time. Our team is rigorously working on those also. So you will have all the schemes, you will have the local schemes translated into English also.
Have you any idea to like in how much time you are going to connect with Invest India also? As we must be aware, there is a platform called investindia.gov.in, which is a nodal agency promoted by the central government, not only for the purpose of MSMEs, but for the purpose of foreign direct investments also in India. So do we have any plan to connect with them also in future, in the time to come?
Sir, I need to really explore. I am really not much aware about this platform, but as I understand, I think this is for the promotion of PE investors who are coming and investing into Indian startups or Indian businesses. I think this is related to that, but I'll explore. Of course, we will be looking for a private equity, but not now, because
no, it's not. It's actually not. It's actually not for equity, sir. It's a platform which has been given by the Government of India for the foreign investors, the investors who would like to start their projects in India. And for that, investindia.gov.in has become a nodal agency. They are working as a nodal agency between the investor and the state government. Let's say if someone is willing to manufacture even the arms and ammunitions, then there are states which has been identified by the central government. Then in these states, you can establish a factory for manufacturing of arms and ammunitions. And then there are specific policies in different states. Why I'm telling you this, because if we go and have a tie-up with this nodal agency also, because in that case, the investors needs a lot of support from the chartered accountants. And that support they always need in terms of by way of formation of the company. While you are forming a foreign company, then again, you have to go for like they need what all documents they need. Then again, we need to explore the possibility whether they have a permanent establishment in India or not. And if they have a permanent establishment in India, then the process shall be different. Apart from that, lots of other things are there because the client must be into the import of equipments. And again, you have to see whether the client might be looking for a EPCG license or continuity bond and all. So many things are there which our members can also do while they are sitting at home. And at the same
True,
time,
sir.
while we go for subsidies which are attached from the state government, again, they are looking for the project reports. And that project report work shall be very, what I can do, very lucrative for our members. So let's say if any client is willing to invest, let's say $550 million, let's maybe in UK, in Uttarakhand, or maybe in Chhattisgarh, or maybe in Rajasthan, then again for that $50 million, they might be looking for some project reports also, what all schemes are there, what all incentives are there. So
Sure.
it's my request, like if we connect that also, in that case,
Sure, sure.
we will be in a position to give more and more opportunities to our women members, because as far as the project report is concerned, that is something while a member is sitting at home, then also if they devote maybe 3 hours or 4 hours in a day, they would be in a better position to do that. And especially like while we talk about applying for IEC code, applying apart from that MSME registration, IEC code and all, these are all other things which might be necessary for the purpose of any investment. So if you have any plan to start to have a tie-ups with the, because Invest India is acting as a nodal agency and the cost is zero. So if any investor is coming to India, if they wanted to invest in some projects, because P is something altogether different. That is like for that, you must be having investors, and then you must be pitching the investors with the due diligence reports and all. One more thing I would like to ask, can't we use this platform even while we can join hands with the banks? Because nowadays the banks are asking for the due diligence reports. Let's say you are sitting in Mumbai and Bank of India is also sitting in Mumbai. Now Bank of India or every bank after this guideline from RBI, if their credit facilities are for, let's say, for more than 5 crore or and all, then they have to take the due diligence report also from a chartered accountant. That is specified. There is a specified format of RBI. And again, it is again a very lucrative opportunity for the female members, because while they are sitting at home, they can do the search of all the data of the client over the portal, MCA portal. Other portals are also available. Every information is also available. So if they start working on that part, and as you are sitting in Mumbai, you may have your tie-ups with the head offices which are there in the Mumbai, and in that case, what all your associates are there sitting in the entire like various part of the country, they would be in a position to avail that opportunity. Because what is actually is happening, while any member is approaching in the bank branch, that I am there to give for this due diligence report, branches are not considering the application or request. But if there is a list which is being forwarded, let's say by the head office, okay, these are the chartered accountants in our panel, sitting in Jodhpur, sitting in Alwar, sitting in Jaipur, they are authorized to do the due diligence report. Then in that case, bank shall be bound to get the work done from the chartered accountants which are there in their panel. So we would be in a better position to give more and more opportunity. Definitely MSME is a big platform, and if we go with that MSME platform, because lots of other opportunities I have seen into the MSME sector, where even they are supporting financially also, and they are guiding the investors also, or the industrialists also. But at the same time, if we talk in terms of more and more other opportunities also, because the best part for you, as you are sitting in Mumbai, so you can avail that opportunity also, and that is again for the MSME sector. So there may be a kind of one-stop solution for the client. Like client को MSME registration लेना है, वो भी आपके यहाँ मिल जाएगा. Due diligence report लेनी है, वो भी आपके यहाँ मिल जाएगी. Project report लेनी है, वो भी आपके यहाँ मिल जाएगी. Subsidy के लिए certification है, वो भी आपके यहाँ मिल जाएगा. Again, in MSME sector, another opportunity is related to ECB. As I mentioned, lots of investment is coming to India. So lots of other opportunities are there related to ECB. So can you just give a brief about, like, if we have any plan to start this kind of setup also, so that we would be in a position to work more and more for the members and for the profession?
Sir, few things thank you for highlighting these two great opportunities. One is investindia.org. I'll certainly look into it, that what best we can do. I mean, this really looks like a clear synergy for us, and I'll really explore and see what best can be done on this part on our platform. The second part which you said, which is a due diligence on behalf of bank. We of course, not as of now, but we have been considering to create a platform. Nowadays you get the data, most of the data fetched through APIs. What happens is, as you rightly said, if a corporate proposal comes to a bank, they need a preliminary diligence report on the proposed customer, right? That is what you were saying. So there are a lot of such tech platforms which are available in Mumbai. I mean, ready to use tech platform. I can name a few, like CrediWatch is one of the platform, Pro42 is one of the platforms, ScoreMe is one of the platform. What all of this platform does is that you have to just input the number, the name of the customer, and few more credentials. What it does is it fetches the data directly from, let's say, MCA. So MCA, it fetches all the data, the director profile, their past companies, when they reside, from which company, what is the profile of that company. Then it gives you the last 3 years financial statement, last 5-year auditors, and this database now, because all the are digitized, this database also fetches the court cases from all the courts which are digitized pan India. So you get the list of all the cases against directors, group companies, or the proposed company which is the borrower. Then you get the PF data. I mean, PF data is completely digitized now. So you really get to see that whether the customer or the proposed client was filing the
I think your voice is, Vikeshji, your voice was not there. You were not audible. Unmute yourself, sir.
Sorry, I got disconnected, sir.
Yeah.
So I was just talking about this due diligence database, which are readily available. You get the PF data, you get the court cases data, you get the ROC data, and you also get the data on the rating agents, rating of those clients if it is available. You get OFAC clearances from the databases itself, in the sense whether the name is appearing in any of the restricted list. You get the RBI defaulter. All of these things can be done on a digital platform on click of button, and that is how all these fintechs are working. How these fintechs are approving the loan in 60 minutes or 30 minutes basis this data. So what I'm trying to say is that most of these things are readily available, and as you rightly said, this is a huge opportunity. And why this is a huge opportunity? Because see, most of these digital platforms, they only provide the data which is directly fetched through the APIs. They don't do any massaging or reading of the data. So, just to give you an example, the database will tell you that, okay, this director has resigned on this date from this company to this company. But the database will not tell you the reason why he resigned from that company to, other company. Was there a reason which is to be considered for bank while lending? Was the reason so serious that it's a red flag? That is not something which, database does. So there comes role of chartered accountants. We can really, use that data, and we can do 5 steps which are, more important than, just giving the data what fintechs are doing. So we as a CA, because we understand the banking, we understand, impact of the data. We really can provide inputs as to what banks should consider as red flag, as amber, or as a green flag. And that, as Atulji was saying, is a huge opportunity. And Atulji, we are really working on this side. We are working with 22 financial institutions on this area.
Sir, basically, what I was talking about, आप अभी जो बता रहे हैं, that is for the purpose of sanctioning of any loan for a new customer. My concern is RBI has come up with a notification where any borrower having a credit facility, maybe 5 crore and above, wherever there is any renewal or enhancement, they need to obtain a due diligence report either from a chartered accountant or from a company secretary. Right? And in that due diligence report, what all changes have taken place, they need to comment upon that also. And there is
Correct, correct. That is there, sir. What
Right.
I'm saying is, sir, that is always there, sir.
Yeah.
That was there earlier also.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is that extended version of that activity has already come. We can really, I mean, that has become a traditional practice. A lot of PSUs are doing. We can really, I mean, that is anyways there, and that's a huge opportunity in itself. What I was trying to say is that we, you know, as a modern CA or as a fintech platform, we can take that kind of assignment into 10 steps ahead, and you know, we can become a, you know, new age chartered accountants or new age support for the lending institutions.
One more thing, I feel that we can give a platform to our members. As you know, for the purpose of MSME, all units are very small. At times, they don't want to incur more, but the banks are asking for. Definitely, we all are aware that how to prepare the projected balance sheet, projected profitability statement. But there is one format which is always being asked by the banks, that is called CMA data, right? So, like even if we can hold the hands of our members, where we can say, okay, you prepare this CMA data that may be useful for the MSME industry, and that is again, as a chartered accountant, we would be in a position to understand what all ratios are required, what all ratios are okay. If ballooning is required, then in what manner we can do the ballooning. So this is just an idea which is going in my mind, because that will give a support to the MSME as a one-stop solution, as I mentioned earlier also. Like, okay, if I am in the hands of Ajay, then I am getting everything, not only the MSME registration, but also I am getting the IC code also, I am getting due diligence done also, I am getting the CMA data preparation also. So this is just what is going on in my mind, and that I am sharing with you. So do we have any plan for this also? I think विकेश जी का लॉग आउट हो गया वापस से आ गए. हाँ जी सर, आई एम सॉरी सर, आपका वापस लॉग आउट कर गए थे सर.
Sorry sir, sorry. I'm facing
मेरे
some
क्वेश्चन
internet
चलते रहेंगे सर. मेरे दिमाग
Absolutely fine, sir. This is learning for us.
नहीं, मेरे दिमाग में डाउट्स हैं, वो चलते रहेंगे सर. Because
The
my
doubts, these are all not doubts. These are all learnings for us.
my idea is what we can do. We can give maximum to the members. They should understand, and while they are sitting at home, they can do that work also, and that will give them support, financial support as well. So that's what it comes in.
Certainly, sir.
Friends, we have our chairman CA Nilesh Gupta ji with us. I'm sure he must have reached maybe about 15-20 minutes back only, as we all were in Kanpur, and he left in the morning only from the Kanpur. So I request him to kindly say a few words about the session we have learned from Vikesh ji, और MSME को लेकर के आपके भी जो अपने कुछ डाउट्स और क्वेश्चंस हैं, I request you to the issues.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Respected Vikesh Bhai and Sushil Goyal ji, today's plenary speaker, Atul Agrawal ji, Vice Chairman, and very respected all the viewers of this special program on work from home under this our WOW series. So welcome. हालांकि मैं खुद लेट हूँ. I am very sorry. मैं just अभी ट्रेवल करते हुए पहुंचा ही हूँ. जैसा सर ने बताया है कि कानपुर से जस्ट अभी मैं, हालांकि मैं आपका प्रोग्राम देख भी नहीं पाया हूँ, जस्ट अभी लॉगिन मैंने किया है, सो जस्ट इंदौर लैंड किया हूँ. सो मैं आपसे विकेश जी ये रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि हमारे व्यूवर्स को आप ये जरूर से बताएं कि हाउ, वैसे तो आप बताने वाले हैं जो हमारा डिस्कशन हुआ था, कि हाउ दे कैन स्टार्ट वर्क फ्रॉम सम सर्विसेज, ऑफर सम सर्विसेज फ्रॉम वर्क फ्रॉम होम, है ना, एंड हाउ दे कैन असिस्ट आवर अदर मेंबर्स in specific area by developing her skills on particular subjects. So आप वो भी कुछ बता सकते हैं. एंड अभी जैसा मैंने सुना कि वो CM डेटा के लिए अतुल अग्रवाल जी बता रहे थे, तो मैं सभी को बताना चाहूंगा हम जल्दी एक स्पेशल प्रोग्राम ऑन CM डेटा, क्योंकि मैं समझता हूँ कि CM डेटा बड़ा वेराइटी वाला होता है, एंड उसमें हम डिफरेंट काफी एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं. तो एक प्रोग्राम हम जल्दी से उसके ऊपर करेंगे, सो दैट आवर फीमेल मेंबर्स कैन एनलाइटन ऑन वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ CMA डेटा. एंड विकेश जी आप ये जरूर से बताइएगा कि हाउ दे कैन स्टार्ट सम स्पेशल सर्विसेज वर्चुअली, तो उस पर भी अगर आप बताएंगे मेंबर्स को तो मुझे लगता है सबको बेनिफिट मिलेगा. नाउ विद दीज वर्ड्स वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू एंड ओवर टू विकेश जी. थैंक यू सो मच.
नरेश भाई, विकेश जी और सुशील जी अपना सब कुछ मेंबर्स को ज्ञान बांट चुके हैं. अब तो हम
ग्रेट.
विकेश जी और सुशील जी से थोड़ा सा और कुछ जानने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जो इनके हिडन टैलेंट हैं, जो अभी तक बताए हैं. देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग्स बिहाइंड द कर्टेन व्हिच ही हैज केप्ट इन his locker. So I am trying to
No, sir, no, nothing is in the locker, sir.
I am trying to extract that
Thank you.
information also.
Nilesh ji, thank you for giving this opportunity. This has been really our pleasure that we are speaking to such a large audience.
It's always pleasure of us, sir. Yeah, pleasure of yeah, na?
विकेश जी,
We are here for the benefit member. And मैं विकेश जी ये भी करना चाहूंगा कि जो हमारा MSME वाला जो डिस्कशन हुआ था, है ना, जिसपे हम लोग जो भी असिस्टेंस जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से MSME सेक्टर्स को अवेलेबल हैं. अभी तो चूंकि MSME मतलब वीकेंड से सारा बिजनेस कम्युनिटी MSME हो गया है. हम लार्ज सेक्टर को अगर छोड़ दे तो ट्रेडर्स एंड होलसेलर आल्सो बिकम MSME. सो जैसे हमारा जो CGTMSE स्कीम है, मुद्रा लोन है, जो मैं छोटे छोटे, क्योंकि हमारा जो रीजन है वो बहुत छोटे छोटे 47 तो हमारी ब्रांचेस हैं सर. एंड काफी सारी चीजें, काफी सारी सिटीज ऐसी हैं जहां पर 100 से कम मेंबर भी हैं. सो वहां से हमारा CIRC होता है. तो वहां पर जैसे CGTMSE स्कीम है, मुद्रा लोन है, या अभी एग्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड जो आया है, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने लॉन्च किया है, उसकी स्टडी वो लोग कैसे, उसके बारे में अगर आप कुछ बता पाए. आपकी स्टडी है सर विकेश जी एग्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड के बारे में?
So, Nilesh ji, we spoke about almost like 20 to 25 schemes, which are, really helpful. And we spoke about the CGTMSE also, which you were speaking, because CGTMSE is really, helpful for tier 2, tier 3 towns. And as you rightly said, PMEGP is also a great scheme for tier 2 towns. 2% interest subvention is also a great scheme, for the MSMEs, especially for the micro units. And ECLGS, which has been recently launched as part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Abhiyan, that is also a great scheme for MSMEs to avail credit, without giving any additional collateral, and which is guaranteed by the government. And so these are few schemes which we spoke during our conversation on, what can be done by these women chartered accountants. And we spoke about the life cycle of an MSME, that how an MSME starts from incubating an idea, then they need hand holding, to upscale their technology, then they need some support, on the marketing side, then they need support on the scale up, they need support when there is a special situation like COVID. So we actually tried to create framework, putting all the schemes across the pillar of all these life cycle pillars. And we also spoke about that we will provide trainings to all these women chartered accountants on all of these schemes, because each of the scheme takes time. CGTMSE itself is a large scheme. We can spend 2 hours in discussing CGTMSE only. So we can create more session on specific schemes. But as of now, we just spoke about few of the platforms which are great platforms developed by government, which can be helpful for all the women chartered accountants to get knowledge on the MSME side. And we spoke about few large numbers on the MSME. We spoke about the definition of the MSME. So we had covered, briefly about MSME.
No, it's okay, sir. It's okay. मैं बस यहाँ और ये बात करना चाहूँगा, जैसा हमारा डिस्कशन हुआ था ड्यूरिंग इनिशियल टॉक कि आप कुछ ऑफर भी यहाँ पर हमारे जो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स उनको वर्क फ्रॉम होम के लिए करने वाले थे, वो ऐसा कुछ अपना शायद कुछ गूगल फॉर्म ओपन बनाने वाले थे, वो शेयर हो गया क्या?
सर शेयर कर लिया सर. Vikesh has already shared.
So I request all the respected women chartered accountant who is interested to join as work from home platform to kindly fill the Google form provided by the Vikesh Agarwal ji. And also sir, आप जो एक इसमें गवर्नमेंट का जो पोर्टल भी आप शेयर कर सकते हैं जो आप बता रहे थे, so that वहां से भी ये लोग कर पाए. हम लोग एक और इसमें काम चालू करने वाले हैं कि MSME को अपार्ट फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट असिस्टेंस we can provide financial management consultancy also. तो उसके लिए भी हम लोग स्पेशल प्रोग्राम एक चालू करने वाले हैं, जिसमें हम हमारे मेंबर्स को ट्रेन करेंगे कि हाउ दे कैन प्रोवाइड फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंसी टू इमर्जिंग एमएसएमई सेक्टर, सो दैट वो अच्छे से सिस्टमेटिकली ग्रो करे और कहीं ना कहीं हम लोगों के लिए भी एक नई अपॉर्चुनिटी जनरेट हो पाए। तो विकेश जी, उसके लिए भी हम सेपरेटली एक बार डिस्कस कर लेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच। ओवर टू अतुल अग्रवाल जी। मुझे यहाँ से अभी क्लियरेंस करना है, तो मैं विदा लेना चाहूंगा।
Nilesh ji, thanks a lot again for giving this opportunity, and we will really be very privileged to work with you and take your guidance also on few aspects on the tier 2 and tier 3 towns. So it will be great working with you, Nilesh ji.
No, sir, we are here, we are committed for our member. जो मुझे लगता है सर, हमारे रीजन में 18,000 फीमेल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स हैं, एंड अभी जिस तरह से आईसीआई के जितने कोर्सेज, मतलब जो हमारा सीए कोर्स है, वहां पर अगर हम हमारे ऑफिसेस में भी देखें तो फीमेल आर्टिकल्स की संख्या काफी ज्यादा है। तो उस चीज को मद्देनजर रखते हुए कि किस तरह से एक फीमेल अपने आप को स्ट्रेंथन करते हुए और क्योंकि हमारी ये जो ब्रिगेड है वो हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट को कहीं भी एक अच्छी ऊंचाई तक ले जाने में सबका साथ दे सकते हैं। और इसी से मुझे लगता है कि एक जो पार्टनरी नेशन बिल्डिंग वाला हमारा जो ऑब्जेक्ट है और गवर्नमेंट की जो हमारे से एक्सपेक्टेशन है वो हम फुलफिल कर। Once again, thank you very much for joining this program, sir. And over to Atul Agrawal ji, sir, मुझे clearances कराने हैं, तो मैं
जी सर आप करा लें प्लीज।
Thank you.
विकेश जी अगर अगेन एक क्वेश्चन है, जैसे हमारे साथ बहुत सारी स्कीम्स हैं जिसमें सीजीटी एसएमई की भी हम बात करते हैं, मुद्रा लोन की भी हम बात करते हैं, बट whenever the chartered locally they are approaching the bank, what has been observed, the banks are not entertaining especially for these schemes, right? And whenever they are approaching them, normally banks are ignoring. And what I have observed as an auditor also, or I am associated with the various banks also, what I have observed, bankers are more and more interested to consider the proposals of the borrowers to whom they know. They avoid to do the funding under CGT SME or under Mudra loan or any other facility. So what shall be the mode of connection where our members can approach the banks? This is the one question. And second question, what I understand, SIDBI is very much active in supporting the MSME sector. But again, how to approach SIDBI, that is again the another question. So I need your comment on these 2 points.
Sir, I will answer. First is you said that how, I agree with your remark that these banks are not really interested in doing any business which is related to these schemes. The primary reason, sir, for this is again the awareness, because most of the branch guys are not even aware, and they feel that why to get into this trouble of first reading the scheme, then taking the proposal, because their appetite is full. They are completely fed with the food, so they don't need any extra food. So that is the other advantage with us, that we know the centralized team who are handling the scheme related area at Mumbai head office, because most of these banks or FI has their head office in Mumbai only. So in fact, 2 of the financial institution, large financial institution, we are now centrally managing their scheme availment part itself. In the sense, they have given us mandate that for all their branches pan India, we are acting as an intermediary, so that let's say you take the proposal to any bank, that bank branch guy will know that I have to call up this team at the head office. So that is what now banks have started doing. They also don't want to lose the business under the schemes, and MSME ministry is also pushing them hard. They can't just get away from not using this scheme. So you would have seen that ECLGS ministry has really come very heavily on the banks. They have written letters to the bank wherever the availment was low, because they actually created a data that which is the bank who has really not deployed money into ECLGS, and they have sent letters to those banks that why is your deployment under ECLGS too low. So that is what ministry has already started, and now you will see traction also. So that is a partial answer, may not be satisfying in full, but traction is coming. People are getting more educated. Banks from this, like I would just name one bank, Yes Bank. Yes Bank has recently started an initiative called Yes MSME. So they have created a centralized desk for helping all their MSME client on any MSME scheme, and they have given a centralized support number to their branches, that whenever there is an inquiry coming or proposal coming under any scheme, don't try to, if you don't know, just don't send them back. Send the proposal directly on this line. So that is what, it has started. Of course, it will take time, and PSUs, it may take more time, but it has started with the private banks.
And how about, can you just elaborate, either you or Sushilji, there is another scheme which has started very recently that is called PLI.
Sir, PLI is for the large, manufacturing
Okay, not for
units.
MSME.
No, not for MSME. Sir,
Not
this,
for MSME.
this is the units with investment more than 500 crore rupees. So
Okay.
this is, see, the logic of bringing PLI was it, the scheme name is production linked incentive. It was to, bring it was part of Make in India mission, that you make manufacture in India. And therefore, like one of the scheme under PLI is, for the electronics. So specifically mobile. So if you, bring your mobile manufacturing plant into India, you get subsidy or, kind of production linked incentive for next 5 years. So let's say you put in 500 crores for setting up a plant in India, then you get 5% of this 500 crore as production linked incentive under this scheme. So 25 crore of investment government is reimbursing to you. So it is a very, very, large industry scheme.
And how about like, because as I mentioned in my earlier question, like SIDBI is there, which is ready to support the MSME sector. But again, neither the SIDBI is having any contact person in the each and every city, and nor the members are aware how to approach them. So can you just give an idea, like how can we connect with the SIDBI? And as I remember last year during this pandemic, they started giving loans to the industries at a very nominal rate of 5%, where the normal banks were charging 10%, 11%, 12%. There was a scheme where they were offering the loan to the industries at the rate of 5%. That is again without any collateral. Even the plant and machinery is also a collateral for them. So can you just give an idea how our members can go and connect with SIDBI?
Sure. So SIDBI is also one of the nodal agency, and I mean most of the MSME schemes are routed through banks, but there are a few schemes which are, which has a large, amount of benefit, are passed through SIDBI, because SIDBI wants to, or government wants to retain control for some of the large schemes. So those are the only few schemes, which are very large, are routed through SIDBI. Otherwise, most of the scheme, like we discussed, CGTMA, ECLGS, all of these schemes, nodal agency is your respective banker. So very few schemes are handled by SIDBI. But as you rightly said, SIDBI, I mean, getting into SIDBI and getting the approvals with the SIDBI on any of the scheme is difficult. I mean, there comes our role, sir. I mean, that is the reason we are saying there is an opportunity, because we professionals really understand that how to approach. There are numbers on the portal, but the only thing is MSME, when they directly call, they either don't have a full context, or they are not capable of understanding their technical, the financial language. So I don't see, I mean, we can really help there. We know few people in SIDBI, but we can discuss case to case basis, but you can really approach SIDBI now. I mean, it is not very, very difficult to approach SIDBI if you go with the proper channel. There are numbers on the SIDBI website. SIDBI has also revamped their website. It has recently launched a new website which is more user friendly. You can directly, some of the schemes are such that you can directly upload your proposal for facility on the website itself. You don't have to even call anybody, and you will get a response. It may take 1 or 2 or 3 days time, but you will get a response.
Okay. It was really a very wonderful deliberation, Vikesh ji and Sushil ji, and I'm sure the kind of platform you are going to give to our women members, they are going to get the benefit out of it. I request all the attendees, all the members present here, they can get in touch with the team of Vikesh and Sushil. The Google form has already been, link of the Google form has already been posted in this chat box, and I'm sure you all must have noted that Google works. And friends, this is again my submission to each one of you, that you became a chartered accountant after a hard work, which is that after passing a toughest exam of the world. And after that, maybe due to certain reasons, you are not able to cope up with the profession, or you are not able to devote full time for the profession. So in that case, like if you start thinking about even devoting 2 to 3 hours in a day, then also you will be in touch with the profession. And moreover, under this digital era, not necessary that you go to the office while you are sitting at home, and then if you start working from home, then also you would be in a better position to perform, and you will always be attached with the profession. That is what is the main idea is. And in the series of that, we have understood the schemes and the objective of Vikesh Agrawal ji and Sushil Goyal ji. In the time to come, as mentioned by our chairman sir, that we will come up with a learning of CMA data. And as I understand, if you all know the Excel, if you know how to play with Excel, then preparing CMA data shall be like, you will enjoy that exercise, and definitely like then you will be able to understand what all ratios are important for the purpose of analysis. If there is a term loan, then what all ratios you have to keep in your mind. While there is a CC limit, then what all ratios are you have to keep in your mind. Then again, you have to understand what all industry-wise ratios are there. And if required, then wherever ballooning can be done. Then again, because CMA data is something where you are giving the data for last 2 years, then again, you have to give the data for maybe for next 2 years, next 3 years, or maybe next 5 years. If there is a term loan, that maybe for more than that also. So all these opportunities, I'm sure in the time to come, you are going to learn a lot about. And the platform which has been given by Vikesh ji and Sushil ji, I'm sure shall be useful for each one of us. And what I believe, not only the women members, even at times if any male members are also willing to join, I'm sure you can join that, especially the young members can also join that. That is really a very wonderful opportunity. And especially while he's talking about certain remuneration also, and as he mentioned, as of now, or in that the initial stage, he's rendering the services to MSME sector free of cost. So it is really a very wonderful initiative taken by the team of young chartered accountants, 12 young chartered accountants headed by Vikesh ji and Sushil ji. And I'm thankful to my chairman who has taken this initiative, especially for the women members. It was really a very wonderful deliberation, Vikesh ji. I will expect a few more deliberations, especially on a few schemes, state-wise schemes, because every state is having different schemes for MSME sector. Central scheme is one part, and the state schemes are other parts. So if we can discuss the schemes also, state-wise schemes also with the members, in that case, they would be in a better position to understand what all schemes are applicable. Let's say if the members are from Uttar Pradesh, then what all schemes are applicable in UP. If the members are from Rajasthan, what all schemes are there in Rajasthan. So that will give a broader idea, and that will give a zeal also to them. Okay, we have to go through with that scheme, because the clients are simply coming and asking for कि साहब मेरे को एक oil mill लगाना है, ऑयल मिल में कौन कौन सी सब्सिडीज हैं, मेरे को टेक्सटाइल यूनिट लगानी है, कौन कौन सी सब्सिडीज हैं. देयर आर सर्टेन स्कीम्स आर बीइंग डिस्कस्ड बाय द क्लाइंट जो आज ऑपरेशनल भी नहीं है. जैसे अगर हम टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री में बात करें तो देयर इज अ स्कीम व्हिच इज कॉल्ड टफ स्कीम, बट टफ स्कीम में सब्सिडी मिलना उतना ही टफ है जैसा उसका नाम है, वैसे ही उसको सब्सिडी को मिलना टफ है. तो लॉट्स ऑफ स्कीम्स आर देयर, एंड उन स्कीम्स का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का क्या सोर्स ऑफ एजेंसी होगा, किससे हमको डील करना है. तो अगर हम इन फ्यूचर में कोई इस तरीके का भी एक सेशन ले पाए तो आई एम श्योर जो हमारे मेंबर्स आज जुड़े हैं और जो आप जुड़ने जा रहे हैं तो उनको डेफिनेटली आने वाले टाइम में बड़ा फायदा होने वाला है. सो आई एम रियली थैंकफुल both of you, and now I am handing over the charge to Purnima ji for further proceedings of the session. Over to Purnima ji. There was one question in the chat box, Purnima ji. I think someone has asked for, sir, please tell how to connect to the platform. तो उसका मैंने आंसर ऑलरेडी दे दिया कि to connect, yes, there is a Google form member can connect with Vikesh ji and Sushil ji and their team by using this Google form, and what all queries are there. I'm sure there must be some contact info also where you can connect, you can write a mail, you can go to the website. Vikesh ji, I request you to kindly mention the website address also, website link also, if you have your company's website, and members would be in a position to catch you easily. Then they can go and read your contents also. They would be in a
Sir, we will. Yeah, sir. So I'll post our numbers. Maybe I'll post my number and Sushil's number, and we will be available for any queries by any of the women chartered accountant. We will try and answer everything. Personally also, and website, sir. Our website is yet to go live. It will go live in next 15 minutes. But we have partnered with 2 banks, so maybe I'll just post the link of those partner portals. So we have partnered with Yes Bank, and we have partnered with IDFC First Bank. So we have created our co-branded portals with them. So maybe I'll post that link so that people can just see that what kind of services or what kind of platforms you have developed for these banks.
And one more thing, one more request, Vikesh ji, if you can share the PPT also, which we have shared here. So I will share that PPT. If you don't have any problem, then I'll share that PPT with the members also. You can WhatsApp it to me and I'll share with all the members. Here, yes, few members are there, but in WOW group, in WOW series, we have almost 1,000 members who are associated with us. So I'll circulate that PPT along with your details to the 1,000 members who are with us in WOW series. So now
Sure.
I request Purnima ji for further proceedings of the session. Over to Purnima ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vikesh Agarwal, sir. Thank you, Sushil Goyal, sir, for motivating and making us aware of the opportunities in the MSME sectors. It was very informative session. Even anybody, a fresher can start, or any women who is not doing practice from a long time, a gap is there between the practice and now after marriage, baby, or there are many reasons. The practice is on hold now. She has started the practice. So it is a very informative session that how we can start, how we can go through the work, how can we start a profession again by being at our own home, and we can serve our family and our profession together simultaneously. And on the platform which you have suggested to get ourselves registered, so it's a request to all of us to get yourself registered, and you can get the opportunities. You can work from here, you can do a lot of things, you can explore yourself over here. Thank you, Atul Agarwal sir. Thank you, Chairman sir, for this platform for all the women's. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Purnima ji. Thank you, Atul ji.
Thank you, Vikesh ji. And I request all the members who are present here to kindly motivate their friends for joining this WOW series. Again, next month, next Wednesday, we are going to discuss about the opportunities under GST, under this digital era. And we are going to have some motivational session also where the young member is going to motivate you all. So with these words, again, I am thankful to each one of you, and I'm thankful to Purnima ji also, and I'm thankful to the team CIRC from Kanpur. Today, there is a holiday on the occasion of Eid. Still, our webcast is going on. So that is really a very wonderful effort by the team CIRC sitting at Kanpur. And I would like to congratulate you, or I can say happy Eid to each one of you. Thank you very much. Over to Khan Saab. Khan Saab, end kar dijiye session.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.